Hello everyone. Today we're going to make a short and to the point video. The point being, you shouldn't be buying an iPhone right now. Any of the iPhones. I'm not just talking about the discussion iPhone 12 versus iPhone 13. I've already covered that here on the channel about a month or so ago. No, I'm talking about any single iPhone in the entire iPhone lineup or even used iPhone. And I'm going to explain why that's the case in the next couple of minutes of this video. So in this modern day and age, Apple's lineup is actually pretty expansive compared to previous days. I mean, they now sell 7 different models, starting from the $400 iPhone SE 2020 going all the way up to the $1,000 plus Pro Maxes. And even though just half of that entire lineup is going to actually be replaced with the launch of the iPhone 13s, I think you shouldn't be buying any of the iPhones currently on sale, and this includes the used ones. Let's take it one model at a time. So starting with the SE, I don't think anything will change about this model. It's not being replaced. All the rumors point to the SE 3 being launched all the way in 2022, so we still have some months left to wait. But what will definitely change is the lineup around it. So next up from the SE, we have the iPhone XR, which is being sold for $500 if I'm not mistaken. And I think that this phone is getting a bit long in the tooth at this point, and I'm pretty certain Apple's going to drop it, or at least I think they will. It's a 3-year-old device at this point. It was introduced way back in 2018. It has the slowest chip in the entire lineup, so there's not many reasons for Apple to keep it on, even though it's been immensely popular for the past few years, selling by the tens of millions. No, I think it's actually going to be slashed from the lineup and be replaced by the iPhone 11, which is the next phone up. And hopefully the iPhone 11 will get a drop in price as well, so it's going to go from the current $600 to the $500 of the XR. So right there, you're going to get much better value for your money. The 11 is a better phone than the XR, and it's a much better phone from the SE 2020. It sports better cameras, it has a much better battery, it has a faster chip. Basically a lot of improvements that add up to quite a bit. And even if you're convinced you want to buy the iPhone XR, well, if it's going to be slashed from the lineup, potentially you're going to see deals for it popping up here and there, and the pricing should be even better than before. Even more interesting is what happens next in Apple's lineup. You see, for the past few years, they've been very consistent with this in keeping the current mainstream model for sale into the next year while reducing the price overall. So it's going to be very interesting for me to see which one do they actually choose. They have 2 options basically, the iPhone 12 mini on one side and the iPhone 12 on the other. The mini makes the most sense because it's $730, makes the most sense financially at least. A reduction in price for about $100 would make it fill up the same place that the iPhone 11 used to until now, but I don't think it's gonna be the mini. You see, back in spring we had a lot of rumors, quite a few of them, pointing out that the iPhone 12 mini was a sales flop by Apple's lofty standards, and that production was actually discontinued at that point because Apple thought they had enough stock moving forward. So this means to me that they're probably not going to be keeping it in the lineup any further. And that means the $830 iPhone 12 is the one who's actually going to get a price reduction, making it $700-ish, maybe a bit less, hopefully, or a little bit more than that. And that's going to be very impactful because you're going to be getting a fantastic device for a significant price reduction. Further up the range, things are a little bit less interesting. It's kind of obvious that the 12 Pro and Pro Max are going to be replaced by the 13 and 13 Pro Max respectively, so that's that. Another interesting topic we need to cover is the used market, because you see, whenever a new device comes out, and this applies to cars, laptops, whatever electronic device you're talking about, whatever Android phone, iPhones, irrespectively, whenever a new model goes out, the previous generations that are still on sale on the used market will inevitably have a price drop. The iPhone 12 has been kind of resilient on the used market so far, so whatever price reduction Apple gives to the iPhone 12, it will actually cascade into the used market as well, because obviously nobody's going to pay the same amount of money for a used device that they would be paying for a brand new device out of the box today. And this will have a knock-on effect on every single iPhone currently for sale out there. So we're talking about even deals on the XS, XS Max, the 11, 11 Pro Max, and 11 Pros, and so on. They're all going to be seeing the prices going down a little bit, which is great news for us. If you're bargain hunting, if you're in the market for a used iPhone, this should be fantastic news for you, as long as, again, you exercise a little bit of restraint over the next couple of weeks and wait for the better deals to come up. Small spoiler, I've been filming this entire video on the Samsung Z Flip 3, which I unboxed here on the channel a few days ago. And if you like the content of today's video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel, as I'm gonna have the review of the Z Flip 3 coming out in the next week or so. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.